Well, and just looking at the lineups, Dwight, I'd love to see all of these teams look like they're running their A squads. So easy for Florida, already having won the title, not to run some of their studs, but they've got everybody out there. Houston has got their A squad out there, and you see Texas A&M as well, and they will anchor with Devin Dixon.
Lolo Izu, the senior from A&M, the leadoff. He's going to hand off to Bryce Dedman, who went down in the prelims yesterday. Must have been just a cramp because he is in the lineup for A&M.
And for Houston, that's Amir Latin. He'll run first leg duties, and he'll pass to Obe Igbakwe, who has had a very busy couple of days.
400 and 200 meter finalist is Igbakwe. And he will get the baton in front. At least he's trying to be in front. Grant Holloway is not going to let him have it. Holloway running all the way in lane 2, and Igbakwe just not going to give him the inside position. And for A&M, there is Bryce Dedman. And for Western Kentucky, Oliver Alexander. And here comes Alexander slingshotting around the side, but just no place for him to get in. Holloway finally gets in there. Igbakwe's got to be dead the way he's had to run these last couple of days, 400s and 200s. But Holloway, no one could be deader than him. Third in the long jump, an American record in the 60-meter hurdles earlier today, a collegiate leader in the 60 meters, and now a leg on the 4x400. What can't this guy do? I'm glad he wasn't high jumping against me back in the day. Corey Poole for Florida now, being chased by Kyrie Johnson of A&M. No, Derek Thomas of A&M. For for Western Kentucky, Kamari Gates. But it's all Florida.
And that's Jermaine Holt for Houston. An interesting story about Western Kentucky, Dwight. It's interesting that they end up in the fast heat. They have run 3:04 this year. They didn't win their conference, but they went to a last chance meet in Boston and ran 3:04, and they end up in the fast heat.
Florida with Houston closing. For Houston, that's Jermaine Holt running a great leg for the Cougars. And it will be Chance Sawyers for Florida. And for Houston, Kamari Montgomery. And for A&M, Devin Dixon, who ran a very lackluster 800 earlier today when he was passed with a lap to go. He really had no reaction whatsoever.
Well, Kamari Montgomery, he was second in the 400 meters, running 45:03. I think he was surprised a little bit to finish second place. So this could be a little vindication for him.
Chance Sawyer's not giving up, and he gets by Kamari Montgomery, but not all the way. Montgomery not giving up the inside position. It's going to be Houston trying to hold off Florida, and then A&M on the outside. It's going to be Houston. A&M gets second, Florida third. 3:05:04, so much slower for these teams than their seed times. By that 3:05:04 for Houston will win it overall. The first three teams in this race end up being the first three teams overall. See a little CPR being administered by Grant Holloway. That was nice. That's a nice job. He was staying alive right there. What doesn't he do?
Well, there you see Amir Latin. He's been leading off for this Houston team all year long, and that's Lobo Bedell for Florida. Grant takes the baton like an expert. You run 2 strides, look back, and reach. Grab that baton and take off. Obi Igbakwe tried to keep him on the outside, but as if breaking an American record wasn't enough, he's going to show everybody here that he deserves to be the athlete. He deserves to be the athlete of the meet. Ryan Clark to Chance Sawyer for Florida. And on the outside, that was Kamari Montgomery. And I think Kamari Montgomery got bumped around a couple different times in this meet, but he was able to hold off Chance Sawyer and bring the Cougars a 4x400 meter championship.
How much more exciting would that have been if it had been for the national title, as Grant Holloway clears everybody around starts administering CPR. It's a little bit slow on that. Remember, it's Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. That's the beat you got to use when